is a program sponsored by the Unity churches in Minneapolis, St. Paul. There are 5 Unity churches who would love to serve you and to be your ministry. We encourage you to, after this talk is over, to call a number I will repeat at the end of the program and find out where that Unity church is. The talk today is a part of a series, a 6-part series, in which we will discuss the 5 basic teachings of unity. Today's talk is just an introduction to the basic teachings of unity. In Proverbs 29:18 we read, "Where there is no vision, the people perish." I would like to augment that statement by saying that where the vision doesn't have a commitment, where people do not honor the vision perishes. Not so with Charles and Myrtle Fillmore. They had a vision. They had a vision of what God was like and how God related to people. And after working with that concept and those concepts in their own lives, they took the vision out into the world, and it became what we know today as unity. Unity is a non-denominational religion. It is one that accepts everyone as they are. It is a religion that allows you to be who you are. And we feel that is one of the most important parts of unity. I might add that before Charles and Myrtle brought this healing to the world, this healing ministry to the world, they healed themselves. Myrtle was ill with tuberculosis, and Charles had a leg that was about 4 to 6 inches shorter than the other one. By the time he made his transition in the late 90s, that leg had been elongated, and it was about as long, not quite, but about as long as the other one. In our talks in the future and today, we will be using information that is from a booklet that I would like to have you send for. And I will tell you about it now and then repeat the address later on in the program. The booklet is called Keys to the Kingdom. It is a group of writings by Unity writers. It tells about what these teachings are. It will give you a very handy means of reference when the program's over, and if you wonder what the basic teachings of unity are about. These teachings are not new. These teachings have been going on through the ages. It is just that in our eagerness to be more religious, more ceremonious, we have forgotten to address the 5 basic teachings of unity, which make up such an important part of what unity teaches. Now, these are not the only things that unity teaches, I might add. They are just basic, very basic teachings. I would like to ask you to do yourself a favor as you are listening to these talks. Don't make it a judgment call. Don't try to figure out anything until the end of the program, end of the series of programs, because very often what you think might be ridiculous or not to your liking, or something that you may be a little bit unhappy with, doesn't quite comply with what you have been taught, may turn out to be okay at the end of the program when further explanation of the teaching has come about. So just listen to each one of the 5 succeeding weeks and see what those teachings are all about. If by chance, and I hope you really do find something here that you can use, something that you can make part of your own life. Remember, unity does not ask you to leave your church or to change your ideas, but we do really want you to use what we teach. So if you find that you have something, you see something in these teachings that you can use on a daily basis, we want you to use them. I encourage you to make use of them. The 5 basic teachings begin with, there is one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. This is the basic teaching upon which everything else in unity is based. That teaching goes through every one of the other teachings in one way or another, and throughout the weeks we will see that happen. The second basic teaching of unity is that there is a spark of divinity in each one of us. And that spark of divinity is in everyone on the face of the globe. It's a very interesting concept, and it is one that we will enlarge upon in our 3rd week. The 3rd teaching of unity is that prayer and meditation bring us into harmony with God and with ourselves. We want to be sure that we listen to that lesson because that is so basic to unity. Prayer was started by Myrtle Fillmore. Prayer is the basis of unity. Silent unity is based on prayer. The 4th teaching of unity is that we govern our lives by the thoughts that we hold on to. And so we have what we call the law of mind action. The law of mind action is an interesting concept, and I am sure when you listen to the 5th program in our series, you will find out many things that will allow you to make changes in your life. I would also say that the 5th teaching is also very important. In fact, they're all important. The 5th teaching is that we can know about these teachings, we can understand those teachings, but if we don't make use of them, they really are of very little value to us. So in our talk on the 6th week, we will discuss how to use these teachings in our lives and how they apply to every facet of our lives. I would like to encourage you to write for the booklet because it will give you a very good reference to what we are teaching through the weeks. It is the Keys to the Kingdom, and you write to Unity School of Christianity, Unity Village, 64065. Before I end this program, I will repeat the address one more time. I would also like to tell you that we have 5 churches in Unity, the Unity denomination in Minneapolis, St. Paul area. They would, any one of them would welcome you. Unity is not a dogmatic religion. It is not confined to any one thing. So you may have to visit more than one church before you find one that really suits you. And you are welcome, and we would like to have you attend any one or all of them. If you want to know where the Unity Church is nearest to you, I ask you to call 885-6664. The secretary at Unity South Minneapolis will tell you where the nearest Unity Church is. Again, the address for the booklet, Keys to the Kingdom, is Unity School of Christianity, Unity Village, Missouri, 64065. And until we see each other again next week, when we will discuss the one presence and the one power, I richly bless you.